was fun. That was a fun read. They're building a cubby. I should probably be supervising. Because, spoiler alert, Sherlock Holmes lets the thief go free. No! He's horrible! He's been friend-zoned completely, that poor fella. I'm a Christmas nut. Sorry. And today is Bathurst. Good morning. It's Monday the 1st of October. So the first day of all of the Victobers and the Sherlocktobers and all that. I've decided to start out today with reading the Sherlock Holmes short story, The Red-Headed League, which Steve set out for us to read today. I'm nearly finished. What interested me, I've never read any Sherlock Holmes, what interested me was that it's from Dr. Watson's perspective. I thought it would be from Sherlock Holmes' perspective. I don't know why I assumed that, but I guess it's just, you know, Dr. Watson's summary of all of the situation. Though I kind of feel like I'm missing out on all of the inner workings of Sherlock Holmes' brain. But maybe he explains that to me at the end after he's caught the criminal. I'll keep reading and find out. So this is how these stories go. It's all from Dr. Watson's perspective, and when they catch the criminal, Sherlock tells us exactly how he did it. That was fun. That was a fun read. I'm glad that I took on Sherlocktober. Anyway, that one's done for the day. Sherlocktober, check. Now I need to move on to Wives and Daughters. Oops. And read the first 2 chapters of that. Okay, while the kids are still watching. The reality of a YouTuber, huh? This uploading speed has just suddenly decided to go at the snail's pace, and I am trying to upload 2 videos without any luck. Challenge of booktube, huh? So I finished the first 2 chapters of Wives and Daughters, so I'm up to date with the read-along for Victober. Good job, me. First day. I'm not going to lie, that was tough going, those first 2 chapters. I haven't read any classic novels or anything like that for a really long time. So just the writing style, the use of words, it's all a bit new to me again, and I'm having to my brain's having to remember how to read them. And the first chapter was very slow going, and I had to read every word and sometimes read paragraphs twice. But by the end of the second chapter, I was reading it easily. And so I think it will get easier as I go along. But anyway, up to date with this. Now on to Far from the Main Crowd. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Good morning. It is Tuesday, the 2nd of October, and I am ramping up for a day with another child visiting. So we'll have 5 boys here today. Wish me luck. This is full on to read. I only read 27 pages last night, but it's starting to grow into something, and I know that I'll love it. It's just taking me a bit of time. My aim today is to get this granny flat sorted. I don't know if I've said before, but this is a place of quiet for me. In the winter months it's too cold, but it's getting warmer now, so I just need to get rid of all the crap and clear this desk so that I have some place where I can draw and create, which are things that really help me in my days. So I thought I might as well get up and make a start on this early. I think it's only like 7 o'clock in the morning. Tired mama life, huh? Okay, I'll speak to you soon. in the afternoon. I have hardly read anything. I finished, oh, where's it gone? Oh, The Man with the Twisted Lip, which is the short story. They're building a cubby. I should probably be supervising. Anyway, I finished The Man with the Twisted Lip and it got a pink little thing. I really liked this short story. It was fun. It was a fun one. And I've read one chapter of Wives and Daughters. So while they're out there making a cubby, I'm going to finish one more chapter and try and dodge the Skippo games, which I think I've played at least 50 today. So I'm going to hide in here and get some reading done. I just thought I'd check in. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. So last time I checked in with you, it was probably, I don't know, maybe 4 hours ago. And I was sitting down to read the second chapter of Wives and Daughters. Approximately 5 seconds after I turned off the camera, someone walked in and wanted to play Skippo again. So basically all afternoon I've been playing Skippo, getting dinner ready, playing Skippo, and they're finally in their beds. I'm exhausted. But I'm going to try and read, well, I am going to read the second chapter of Wives and Daughters, and then I'm going to attempt Thomas Hardy before I pass out. I think we're just going to have to write off Tuesday, and we'll start again tomorrow. Okay, good night. See you tomorrow. Good morning. It's Wednesday morning, nice and early, of course. Sorry about the situation, but I've just gotten out of bed, got my cup of tea, and come to hide out and start my day with reading, which I always want to try and do because it makes me super happy to start my day like that. So, normally when I come in here for the last 2 mornings, I've reached for Sherlock Holmes, and then Wives and Daughters because I'm finding them easy to read. But last night I read a bit of Far From the Madding Crowd. I'm on page 56. And I'm really starting to enjoy it. I want to know what's going to happen. And it's getting easier for me to read. I think my brain's starting to switch around to the style of writing and all of these words. So yeah, I'm going to have my cuppa and delve more into Thomas Hardy. I'll talk to you on the other side. Just wanted to check in and say good morning. Thinking about stuff, so I've turned on the video to talk to you. I hope you don't mind. I was just thinking about new versus secondhand books. I just did, bought another 5 books for $2 each at an op shop, and I'm just wondering about other people's preferences. Do you mind having secondhand books on your shelves? Do you prefer that everything's brand new? I guess for me, I only buy new books if they're new releases and I need them now. Things like Washington Black and The Overstory are 2 that are on the list to get for sure. But everything else I can kind of pick up secondhand and I don't mind. In fact, I probably prefer it. I like the idea that somebody else has enjoyed the book or were annoyed by the book or had an opinion about it. I love, especially when I find annotated versions or little bookmarks or pieces of paper that people have left behind in there. They're like gold to me. And so wherever I go anywhere, I always go to the op shops or the secondhand bookshops and trawl through and pick things up. Yeah, so I was just sort of thinking about, because most of my books are obviously secondhand. So I was just, thinking about what other people's preferences were. Anyway, while I'm here, I may as well show you my haul. So I got My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. I'm doing the Daphne du Maurier project Goodreads group that Ange runs. We're reading Rebecca this month. So I've got Daphne on the mind. So when I saw this, it's pretty battered, but it was $2 and I thought I'd pick it up. I found this. How gorgeous. Can you see that? This is by a Korean poet, and on the gorgeous French flaps inside it tells me it's a modern fable about survival and humanity and salmon swimming the wrong way. So it's just a little fella, so yeah, I loved it. I love the look of it. So I'll give that a go. The Great Gatsby. Read this so long ago. Would love to reread it. Don't have it on my shelves, so it was a pretty good nick, so I picked it up. This is an Alexander McCall Smith. I haven't read any of his books. Anybody else? I know there's an Australian booktuber, and I can't remember her name. Oh gosh, that's terrible. I'll link it down, her channel down below. But she loves the #1 Ladies Detective Agency series, so this is the first book. So I thought I could get stuck into that and see if I love it too. And then another booktuber recommendation from Leanne at Literary Diversions. It's a Welsh booktuber who I adore. She reads a lot of scary books and a lot of thrillers and mysteries, which isn't normally my bag. But she raves about Karen Slaughter, and when I saw this I'd pick it up. I thought maybe after the depths of Victober and Sherlocktober I might crave a fast-paced mystery, plot-driven, easy-to-read kind of book. So I picked it up just in case that is the case at the end of October. So yeah, that's my $10 book haul for the day. The kids are... I've got 5 boys today. It's been a big morning. Everybody's in front of a movie right now, so I'm going to take this time to read my books. I still haven't read my Sherlock Holmes short story yet. I still haven't read my 2 chapters from Wives and Daughters, but I'm really into the Thomas Hardy book I'm reading and yeah, enjoying getting through it. So I think I'll just crack on with that one and leave the others for later. But so I'll just see you when I finish doing that. Thanks for the chat. I needed to talk that over. Okay. It's 8 o'clock now. The cherubs are in bed and asleep. I just finished The Adventures of the Blue Carbuncle, which is today's read for Sherlocktober. Got a little pink tab. I liked it because, spoiler alert, Sherlock Holmes lets the thief go free. I didn't think he needed to go to jail. He just accidentally stole the blue jewel, the blue carbuncle. Anyway, I liked it. It was good. It was fun. These are really fun to read. I'm enjoying them a lot. So 2 chapters of Wives and Daughters to go, and I got up to page 74. What is that? Chapter 13 of Far From the Madding Crowd. So I'm slowly getting through it. Originally I'd wanted to finish this book by tomorrow, but coupled with the fact that it's school holidays, and that's just seriously still kicking my ass, and the fact that I'm reading this book with a pencil and underlining words that I don't know and looking them up in the dictionary, it's taking a little bit longer. But I'm still really enjoying it. It's starting to come together. I like it a lot. Anyway, so that's Wednesday for you. The usual reading. I wish it could have been all day and I could have told you that I'd finished a book, but I haven't. I'm still just ploughing through. I'm just going to read these Wives and Daughters chapters, and then I'm gonna call it a night with Thomas Hardy again. Maybe I can read more than 2 pages in bed before I fall asleep. I'm buggered. I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, good night. Good morning. It's Thursday the something of October. I have no idea really. It's I'm snuggled under my blanket. I have snuck into my reading room at 6 a.m. in the morning or something. I'm just trying to hide basically. But I am really enjoying this book. I'm on page 70 something. I want to get a good chunk of this read today. It's cool. And I have a little pencil that I underline all the words that I don't know and I look them up, which is, I'm really enjoying being really, I don't know, it's making me a really present reader, which is something, you know, that's not very easy for me to do. So yeah, my plan today is to get a good chunk of this read. I'm really excited. I would love just basically asked old mate to marry her, and she hasn't even spoken to the guy. She's really forward, this chick. I want to see whether he takes the bait. That'll be cool. Anyway, my plan is to read that. I am behind in Wives and Daughters. Sherlock Holmes can wait. This is all about Thomas Hardy right now. I have, again, 4 boys for the day. I'm trying to convince one of them to, go for a play date, but it's not working very well. They're all enjoying hanging out together for now. It's a cold, misty kind of day. I've had the heater on, which is nuts for October in Queensland. It should be hot and we should be swimming. So my plan was to take us all to the creek for the morning. We live right next to a national park, which is absolutely beyond beautiful. And I love going there, but it's a horrible day. So I guess that leaves me playing 500 games of Skippo and trying desperately to always get back to my book. So wish me luck for the day. I'll talk to you when I get a chance later on. Where I was reading this, and remember old love that asked old mate to marry her? She totally drunk dialed him. She totally did that thing on the spur of the moment that we've all done, called a guy when we shouldn't have, and then we wake up the next morning and go, oh crap, what did we do? And old mate, he took the bait and he asked her to marry him, and she said no, that she just accidentally sent him the marry me card. He was Devo. But I can't believe that drunk dialing happened back in the Victorian age. It made me giggle. Anyway, silly thing. I'm going to keep reading now. Talk to you soon. So, this chick has ditched the good solid shepherd dude. She's ditched the guy it makes financial sense to get with, the guy she asked to marry, and now she's going to hook up with the douche soldier guy. You know those books where you're just screaming? Like, no! He's horrible! Maybe he'll turn out nice, but right now, I'm rooting for the shepherd. He's solid. There's this line, I'll have to find it for you. Give me a minute. I found it. The good solid shepherd dude, he works for this chick. She runs the farm. And this is talking about, he's solid, man. Like, he just takes care of everything and tours the farm every night and thing. And I marked this line. It says, women are never tired of bewailing man's fickleness in love, but they only seem to snub his constancy. I liked that line. And that's right. She needs to start checking out this shepherd dude a little more closely. And he keeps coming back to her. That's the problem. She just calls and he comes back. He quit and then she got him back. He's too good. He's too good for her. Okay. Just wait. I'm so into this book. It's unreal. Right, I need to keep reading, but I'll let you know how she goes. Hopefully she ditches this douche sergeant dude. I'll keep you up to date. Update, Friday morning. I'm tired as can be because I stayed up during the night and got stuck in too far from the Manning crowd. I'm less than 100 pages from finishing it, and I was going to try and hold off from updating you until when I finished it, but I don't think I'll get to finish it today because I have 5 boys here and they're all very demanding today. So Just a quick update on old love. She married the hot sergeant that told her what she wanted to hear. Silly woman. And it's not working out as planned. He said something about romance ending when marriage begins and all this sort of crap. I hate him. He's horrid. So, yeah, she's not feeling the best right now. Should have gone with that shepherd dude and everything. And he's still hanging around. She's totally written him off. He's been friend zoned completely, that poor fella. So it'll be interesting to see how it ends. I wonder if Thomas Hardy is a romantic and will do what I want him to do. But we will see. So yeah, that's just my update. Good morning. It's Friday. I will talk to you when I get a chance to get some reading done. Okay, talk to you soon. Guess what I did? I finished it and I loved it. It kind of ended up predictably, but the way that Thomas Hardy got to the predictable ending was really cool and unexpected for me. I just, this is one of those books where I didn't like the main female character. I found her vain and expectant that everyone would clean up her shit. But it didn't matter because, the way that Thomas Hardy worked her in and he kind of hinted to all of that vanity along the way, didn't make her out to be the angel, was really clever, and I really enjoyed that. I also really enjoyed that this is set in a rural setting in England, and the setting is farm life basically, and every chapter opens up with a discussion about where the farm's at that time of the year. When there's a change of season, it's introduced not just by saying spring's here, but by describing what the birds are doing, what the crops are doing. And I've said before that I just love nature literature a lot, and this satisfied that for me. Yeah, I adored all of those, all of that insight into the English countryside and the farm life. This is brilliant, and I'm so grateful that I'm in this community and that Victober came along and that Thomas Hardy kind of fell into my lap. This is just lovely. I just had such a good time. I was so present for this read. It challenged me. I just loved everything about the past week where I've got to read this book. But yeah, I would give this 5 stars. I absolutely loved this book so much. It's nuts. Highly recommend. So I finished my first book for Victober. Yay for me! Finally, it's been longer than expected, but anyway, I have to pick up Kim by Rudyard Kipling now, I think, and get into that a bit. I also need to catch up on my Wives and Daughters read along that I'm just put on the back burner for the last couple of days. And then I also need to do some Sherlocktober catching up. I have 2 short stories to read for that. But I'm okay with that. I'm just so happy right now. I could not be happier. I'm beaming. It feels really nice to read a book this satisfying. So it's Saturday morning. I've still got all of the boys, but I think my wonderful husband is going to chip in and do a skate park run, and I'm going to head to our local library's book sale, which happens once a month. I don't have very high hopes for lots of amazing things to be there, but I thought I'd go in and check it out and just take a breather for the morning. So I will see you again when I start reading. Hopefully that I will get to read more today than I did yesterday. And I'll talk to you then. Okay. Look at this. Not a kid in sight. Apologies if it's hard to hear me, but it's raining outside. Lovely. I just got back from town and I did some secondhand book shopping. So I'll show you. Possession, never read. A Man Called Ove, never read. In fact, I've never read any of this author at all, which I would really love to. A random book about hitchhiking through Japan. Anne of Avonlea. A I spoke to Petra Yu, who I love. She's a booktuber, and she loves the Anna Green Gables series, and I've never read more than the first book, so I saw this and picked this up. Kentaroof, because I loved Our Souls at Night. A Wilkie Collins book. Gillian Flynn, because I've never read a book, I've only just seen the movie Gone Girl. It occurred to me when I was doing Victober that I should have picked an Australian author to fit one of the prompts, but I didn't. So I saw this Stories of Henry Lawson, who's a famous Australian author and poet. So I thought I should get stuck into that and start reading things from my own country. I saw this, Wanting. This is a story about a man in England who adopts an Indigenous girl from Australia and tries to prove that a savage can be civilized. Yuck. But sounds like an interesting story, and I'd like to see how that ends. This is another Indigenous author in Australia. She wrote a very famous book called My Place, but this is the story of her finding her father's ancestry, which I'm really into. It sounds really cool to me. Oh, what's this one? Oh yeah, 100 Years of Solitude. Never read. And then I got some other things. I'm a bit of a crafty, I enjoy doing crafts. This woman is a blogger, an Australian crafty blogger, mainly crochet, who I've read for years and years and years, and I know all of her books, but I've never had one to own, and this was at the library sale, so I snapped it up. Cool stuff on the back. Alright. Some dodgy Italian cookbook. Stephanie Alexander is an awesome Australian chef, and I love all of her recipes. So one thing I do love doing is reading through cookbooks like they are books. I love doing that. I love cooking, and I love food writing. So this looks like it's got a bit of a story to it, as well as some lovely recipes. I'm a Christmas nut. Sorry. Oh, and then this little Anais Nin book I've never read. I've only read the memoir, not the memoirs, like a biography about Anais Nin. So I've never read any of her writing. So that's it. All of that, $14. I had a cracking morning, wonderful time. And now it's a rainy day, and so it's just hanging out inside, playing with the kids. I bought a book, which I've already given to them, which is the Penguin book of card games. So I thought, well, we might try and make our way through that with lots of yummy food and, yeah, spend the day doing that. But I had a wonderful morning by myself buying books. Okay, I'll talk to you later when I get some reading done. Okay. Nobody wants to play with me, so I'm going to read my Sherlock Holmes and catch up on the 2 short stories that I missed reading this week. How nice. They're leaving me alone. It's magic. Okay, I'm going to read now. I'm filming this literally a minute later. They've just all come in. I have to go make grilled cheese. I shouldn't get my hopes up. Damn it. So this is how the rest of my day went. Food, injuries, rain, Skippo. And now I'm wearing a shirt with a bull on it, and I'm going to go to bed. I read one more Sherlock Holmes story, but it's just been another write-off day. Oh, school holidays. I have 1 day left of school holidays, and then we're done. One day. I've got this. And then I'm just going to sit and read all day. You watch. You will see. But why don't we just start again tomorrow? Start again. Good night, everyone. So I'm Australian, right? And that means that I have to watch every sporting event that's on, and I have to drink beer while I'm watching it, and I have to completely give up my days for sport. And today is Bathurst, which is the biggest sort of race day, car racing day in Australia. I don't watch any other V8s or car racing at any time of the year, but it's Bathurst. So that means you stop everything and you watch it. It goes all day. It's 9 o'clock in the morning or something right now, and they're just gearing up to start. Yeah, so you sit all day and you watch it because that's what you do. And you get into it. It's exciting. So I've started Kim by Rudyard Kipling. I started that this morning, and already I'm hooked and intrigued and really enjoying it. I'm only one chapter in, but there's stuff happening already, which makes me excited. But I don't know how much more of that's going to get read today. It's Bathurst Day, people, and I'm Aussie. How ridiculous. I've still got 4 boys, but 2 of them are leaving today, so it's just going to be a really relaxed kind of day, and it's a rainy one. So yeah, I will let you know if I get anything read. Okay. Victober week 1 is done and dusted. I'm writing off today. I'm not going to get any more read. We will pick that up tomorrow in week 2. But for the stats, I finished 1 book, which I loved. I just counted it up and I learnt 32 new words from this book. So that's exciting. I started another one, but yeah, we have not progressed any further. And I'm about 5 or 6 chapters behind in Wives and Daughters, so I will catch up on that tomorrow, I think. And then for Sherlocktober, I read 4 short stories. My favourite was probably The Man with the Twisted Lip. I'm enjoying these a lot. I'm glad that I'm taking part in Sherlocktober as well. The most awesome thing for me this week, I at the start of the week, I was struggling with all of these books. I hadn't read classic literature in so long, and I was really worried about how I was going to get through the month. But as I read on through the week, and as I guess my brain kept practicing, it's so much easier for me today than it was, say, on Monday. So that's exciting. And that love, I'm feeling that love and that excitement about this classic stuff again, which I missed for so long. It's been so long. So week 1 has been such a huge success in that regard. I'm really, really happy that I'm taking part in these 2 read-along things, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So I will see you in next week's vlog. Thanks for watching. See you then.